Hello FPL managers and welcome back for another video. My name's Jack and today we're going over our final team for GW29. We have activated our bench boost, we've locked in our transfers and I'm really excited to see how this game will shape up. If you guys are enjoying the FPL videos, drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and also to make sure you don't miss any future FPL videos for the remainder of the season, have those notification bells turned on. And with that being said, let's jump into the video. So as we already have made another team selection video for GW29, I am going to just go straight to our transfer plans and discuss how the team's shaping up for GW29 rather than having a look at how we got on last week, as we already did that in our most recent team selection video. So if you want to see how we got on last week, definitely check out that video as well. We did have a pretty good game week, so if you do want to see our team for last week, we used our free hit last week in Game Week 28, so if you want to see that, then do check out the other team selection video. Otherwise, let's just jump into how the transfers are looking ahead of GW29. Our initial transfer plans were quite heavily deliberated on whether or not we were going to change a few players around in the squad, but the first move that we have locked in is Andreas to Harvey Barnes. I did initially have Harvey Barnes as the player that I was going to look to bring in. Then for a large portion of the last week or so, I'm thinking maybe I go for James Maddison as the replacement, as he's been a bit more consistent across the whole season. And he does have better underlying numbers across the whole year as well. But I have opted to stick with Harvey Barnes just because he's been better in recent game weeks. And I think since he is 1.5 cheaper, it does allow me to have a lot more flexibility in the team. And I do want to get in a Liverpool defender in place of Badiashile in coming game weeks. So by having the extra money in the bank does allow me to make this move a lot easier. As if I bought in Maddison, I wouldn't have had enough money to upgrade Badiashile to one of those quality Liverpool defenders in either Van Dijk, Robertson or Alexander-Arnold. So by having Harvey Barnes, I can tick off that Leicester attack whilst also getting in a quality Liverpool defender. So I'm very excited to have Harvey Barnes in the team, and also look to get Liverpool players in later on down the track. The second move that we were initially going to make was going to be Olsen to Arrizabalaga, but this move has since changed. We're going to go with Steele from Brighton. Yes, it's a Brighton triple up, which I think is definitely worthwhile across the whole span of the season. It didn't set us up massively well for blank game week 32, but nonetheless, we still have another goalkeeper option in Ramsdale that we can play for blank game week 32, so that does solve that issue of having triple Brighton. It does not affect our ability to field as many players as we can for blank game week 32. So for that reason, at 3.9, a really good price. Once again, it does allow us to have a bit of extra money in the bank to easily be able to afford those transfers for those Liverpool players coming into the team. So definitely happy to have Steele in here. He's got a great double game week. Brentford and Bournemouth this week's a really good chance for him to score some points. Probably slightly better fixtures than Arrizabalaga, and I do like Brighton's defense as well. They've got a lot of double game weeks coming up. 2 more double game weeks after double game week 29 still left for them in the season. So I think Steele is a really good long-term option, and hopefully he can keep getting starting minutes. There was a bit of a headache there. I was looking at the predicted lineups for Brighton. Sanchez had a 54% chance of starting yesterday. I checked back today. It went Steele, and now it's a 64% chance of playing. So it seems to be alternating each day. Could definitely go either way, but I'm hoping Steele can extend his run of starts for Brighton in the remainder of the season. So with those changes in mind, let's now have a look how the team is shaping up for double game week 29. So here's how the team is currently shaping up. We have taken a -4 hit as we only had one free transfer available after coming off the free hit token in Game Week 28. We've taken the -4 hit to make the 2 changes of Steele in and Barnes in. I definitely do think it's worth it, as we are of course activating our bench boost chip, and by having the extra playing goalkeeper, it's absolutely massive for the bench boost. And Harvey Barnes as well, another really good double game week play that we've brought in instead of Andreas Pereira, who just had the single game week fixture. I think Barnes is a much better attacking asset than Pereira. Has got a really good goal threat, and of course a really good at double this week. Crystal Palace away and Aston Villa at home will definitely bolster the bench quite heavily. And I think looking at the team now, it's a fairly strong lineup. Obviously we could start Steele over Ramsdale and Barnes over Odegaard to have a full starting 11 of double game week players, but of course when you're activating the bench boost, it doesn't really matter that much. So let's go through the team now. Ramsdale and Steele are the two goalkeeper options. Ramsdale with Leeds at home, a really good single game week fixture. Maybe not the best fixture coming up against Leeds from a defensive standpoint, but nonetheless, Arsenal at the Emirates is a really good opportunity for a clean sheet, especially against the side that isn't a massive goal scoring side. Obviously, Leeds decent in front of in scoring goals, but not the hardest fixture from an attacking perspective. So I think Ramsdale not the worst to have him as a single game fixture here. So he could definitely provide a clean sheet for us in net. Looking at the starting defenders, all four starting defenders for us this week do have double game weeks. Trippier, Badiashile, Henry, and Estupinian, all four fairly good options. Badiashile is probably the one that I'm least sold on right now. Aston Villa at home, Liverpool at home, two okay fixtures. Obviously, them both being at home does definitely increase the appeal of those Chelsea defensive options, but I'm not too sure Badiashile is going to be confirmed for the both starts in this double game week. He's been in and out of the side, alternating starts and being benched in most recent game weeks. So hopefully he can start the one against Aston Villa, get benched against Liverpool, if that is going to be the case of him starting one and being benched in one, as of course being benched for the Villa game and started against Liverpool at home would not be ideal. So there is a bit of risk there having Badiashile in the team, but as I touched on, he's definitely a player down the line that I'm looking to move on to a Liverpool defensive option after Liverpool did have that extra double game week announced for the remainder of the season. And they've been in really good defensive form recently, picking up 5 clean sheets in recent weeks. So I think either Trent, Robertson, or Van Dijk will be coming in for Badiashile fairly shortly, especially since Chelsea do have that blank game week in game week 32. Does definitely decrease the appeal of Badiashile. So I think this double game week will definitely be one of the last weeks we have him in the side. Otherwise, Kieran Trippier, obviously a fairly template pick. Everyone's got Trippier in their team, and Henry and Estupinian are Brentford and Brighton defenders. Obviously, Estupinian's a great option just because Brighton have so many fixtures or double game week fixtures left to play in the season. They've been a pretty good defensive outfit in recent game weeks. Brentford and Bournemouth as their two fixtures, a really good chance for at least one clean sheet in this double game week. Henry, on the other hand, doesn't have the easiest fixtures, had a really good double game week 27 fixtures, but not quite as good in double game week 29. Brighton and Manchester United both away, could provide some headaches from a defensive standpoint. I'm hopeful though that Brentford can get at least, or just hopefully, one clean sheet across their double game week would be more than that'd be more than I've asked for. I think I'd be more than happy with that. Sorry, for Brentford to record at least one clean sheet this double game week. Otherwise, in the midfield options, there is quite a few good captaincy picks in the midfield right now. Rashford, Salah, and March. Even Harvey Barnes as well could bring him on, and he could be a good captaincy contender as well. So 4 really quality captaincy picks right now. At the moment, I've actually given it to Solly March. He's got really good fixtures, Brentford and Bournemouth. He's put up great underlying numbers in recent game weeks, and I think he's been unlucky not to have even more FPL points in recent weeks as well. So I'm hoping that he can put up 1 goal, potentially 2 goals across this double game week. Obviously, Mo Salah a really good option as well. Despite the fixtures not being the easiest, having a double game week with Salah in your team is always preferable. So he's got the vice captaincy armband right now, and I think Marcus Rashford, another really quality captaincy contender. Newcastle away, clearly not the easiest fixture, but the main fixture that you're going after is that opportunity against Brentford at home. A really good chance for Manchester United to put up quite a few goals on the board, and Marcus Rashford has been absolutely superb at Old Trafford this season. So hopefully, if I do have him, or do opt to go for him on captaincy, that he has a big game there against Brentford. But right now it is on Solly March. Salah's got the vice-captain's armband. That could easily change in the build-up to game week 29. Maybe Rashford could be a good captaincy pick. Salah could be a good captaincy pick. Even Harvey Barnes is a great differential captaincy option. But for now, Solly March is the man, and he's probably still the most likely player that I do have on captaincy. We're going for a differential this week. Ranked 694k. We want to try and see a massive green arrow, and hopefully by having a bench boost and a big differential captain, this can pay off for us, and we can have a huge green arrow for double game week 29. Looking to the forwards up top, Watkins and Tony, 2 quality picks this week. Leicester away is probably the easier fixture for Watkins in his double game week. Leicester defense has been very poor this season. So hopefully Ollie Watkins can capitalize on that. They've especially been poor after the World Cup break. So if Watkins can continue his very good goal scoring form, 5 goals in his last 6 game weeks, plus he has combined this with some assists as well. So I think Watkins is a really good option. He's getting involved in a lot of Aston Villa goals recently. And speaking of getting involved in their team's goals, Tony as well, he's been involved in a lot of what Brentford have done attacking wise in recent game weeks. He's a really good pick. Hopefully he doesn't pick up a yellow card though, because he will be a chance for a suspension in the second fixture of his double game week if he picks up a yellow card. But I'm hoping that he does stay in the referee's good books, and he's got a good opportunity for himself picking up a goal here against Brighton and Manchester United. Still, as we touched on the bench, Brentford and Bournemouth is his 2 fixtures. He'll probably go into our starting side. Ramsdale can drop to the bench, doesn't really matter either way. Steele's a good option for the rest of the season, as I touched on. Currently, another main discussion point of the team is what to do with Haaland. He is still on our bench right now. I could definitely take a -4 to bring in Harry Kane. He's probably the other forward option that I'm looking to get in. Kane's been in superb form recently for Tottenham. A good chance with Everton away this week. He also doesn't have a massive amount of fixtures still left to play this season. They are mostly singles left for Tottenham, but he does avoid blanks in GAMEWEEK 32, which could make him a bit more tempting than Haaland, who does blank in GAMEWEEK 32. So by having Kane in now, that does improve those selection headaches down the track, does increase the flexibility of the team for blank GAMEWEEK 32 in terms of having as many players playing as possible, as we have already used our free hit in GAMEWEEK 28. So it's not available for GAMEWEEK 32. So I really want to have as close to 11 players starting as possible without having to take any hits. Harvey Barnes, of course, the other player that we've brought into the side. He's got a good double this week. And Ben White is the 3rd Arsenal asset that we have as the single GAMEWEEK option against Leeds at home. Obviously, 4 single GAMEWEEK players this week, all 4 good FPL assets. Triple Arsenal against Leeds at home is still really, really good. I don't want to transfer out any of my Arsenal players just for this single game week, because I really think it's a good chance for FPL point scoring. I have seen a lot of managers heavily transfer out Odegaard, Saka and Martinelli, but I still think they're good assets against Leeds at home. It's a great chance for Arsenal to score more goals. So I'm hoping sticking with these single GAMEWEEK players can pay off and they can repay my faith in them. And Haaland, as I touched on, he's a bit touch and go right now. If we get more news that he's going to be missing for Man City in his fixture against Liverpool, then definitely I will be looking to bring in Harry Kane. I want to maximise the bench boost. I'll get a better fixture this week with Everton away, and plus Tottenham avoid the blanking GAMEWEEK 32, so it does improve the team for the rest of the season, as well as Haaland does blank in this week. So that is my thinking right now for the double GAMEWEEK 29 side. Haaland is the only one on the chopping block currently. We have 2.5 left in the bank. The squad value is sitting at around 101. The rank is sitting just inside the top 700k at 690k currently. The team is looking pretty good. 11 double GAMEWEEK players, 4 single GAMEWEEK players, 3 of them being triple Arsenal against Leeds, and Haaland as the other option. The team is pretty well set up for this week. Obviously the -4 is not ideal. It could potentially be a -8. If Haaland is ruled out of the side, we have to bring in Harry Kane. Nonetheless, the team is still looking fairly strong, so I'm excited to see how double GAMEWEEK 29 plays out, and of course excited to have FPL back as well since we came off the international break. Obviously, good luck to everyone else with double GAMEWEEK 29. Hopefully your team do you well, and that's pretty much how the squad is looking for us this game week. Thanks for watching today's updated draft for our double GAMEWEEK 29 team selection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe. It really does help out the channel and does push out the video to more people. Also, to make sure you don't miss any future FPL videos for the remainder of the season, have those notification bells turned on. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.